Dobry wieczór Państwu. Witam w imieniu zarówno swoim, jak i dyrektora Stanisława Rupszy serdecznie Państwa w TRAFO, TRAFO Stacji Sztuki w Szczecinie, samorządowej instytucji kultury miasta Szczecin. W momencie kulminacyjnym festiwalu Młode Wilki 25
łamane przez TEKHNÉ. To już jest 11. edycja festiwalu, który rozpoczął się w 2014 roku i z Zorką Wollny zaczęliśmy ten festiwal pomyślany jako festiwal dedykowany sztuce dźwięku. Pierwsze dwie edycje właśnie takie były, a potem zmieniliśmy się w interdyscyplinarny festiwal. W tym roku wyjątkowo Zorka znowu ze mną prowadzi tę edycję, znowu dedykowaną dźwiękowi, więc jest pewna elipsa, pętla, powtórzenie tego, co było w 2014 roku.
I już w wersji międzynarodowej za sprawą projektu TEKHNÉ, który razem z naszymi europejskimi partnerami prowadzimy.
We have 9 amazing female artists mostly, and these are Kamieńska, Joanna, Dreczka, Marta, Ansone, Kayla, Elrod, Paulina, Pikiewicz, Alicja, Gaszta, Gustave, Muhozi, and Joanna and Gosia Trajkowska, who is not with us, her spirit is with us. Also we have two amazing curators, sound curators from Glissando magazine, Weronika Bielawska and Natalia Piotrkowicz. And basically that's it, so like you will see exhibition of these amazing young sound artists.
Featured in my master's thesis project. I focused on these pair of hypersexual oversized platform shoes. What we're looking at here is the aftermath of a performance that took place yesterday at the opening. What you're hearing is the recording of a pair of shoes stomping these various textures here, which are packaging materials. Normally, this would be played on headphones for one listener, creating an exclusive environment. Then we went on a tour at the Academy of Art here in Szczecin, and in the fashion department, a lot of students are working on making shoes, and I got in contact with the professor there, and she showed me this collection by Dreczka, and she presented these shoes as part of her master's thesis exhibition. And she was very involved in upcycling fashion, and I wanted to honor her ideas, so I wanted to use the idea of sustainability. I'm also a soft crush fetish artist, which is crushing materials for sexual pleasure of the viewer. So during the opening, I changed into my costume, I put the microphone on. One at a time, someone would sit here and put the headphones on, and I would go through a series of prompts, asking them, do they like shoes? Do they want me to put on shoes for them? And really packaging these questions in a very kind of like sexual innuendo way, because I think sexuality and desire is a very potent vessel to carry messages in. And then throughout the conversation, I would just ask, like, where do we put it? Where does it go? Again, these kind of like coded languages, but talking about the trash that I was sounding and performing with. So really, the only interaction, like the legible interaction is happening between me and the viewer, and everyone else is on the outside looking in. And again, this churns the desire to want to know what's going on, to bring it but not being able to have it. And so we had nice conversations about politics of walking, class signaling, also like landfills and people's trips to these areas where they process waste and burn plastic. And so it was this this dualistic kind of interaction, sexual, fetishized, and also respecting Magda's desires to represent sustainability in fashion.
Hi, I'm really glad that I'm here. I'm a freelancer when it comes to audio documentary, audio drama. I'm experimenting with sound design, and I'm really curious with sound design to video games and to animation movies. And I also create sound design for sculptures, for photography. When I was young, I was fascinated by RTS games, how they were sounds. So that was really interesting to me to recreate it, but on my own. Like I create whole audio drama when you can hear the intro. And of course this kind of sounds when you click on the building just to build the unit, you can hear something like building, or unit lost.
Misja wykonana. Dobra robota.
And I came here with my work, which is called Swamp 4, the Box of Power, because I love to create like imagined worlds, which I like sound design them. So this is the example of my sound installation where I create like imagine game, and I create to this game like 4 races.
Młakanie, Cibrowitnis, Płotusi, and representative of Gruntin Asia.
And to each of these races I created like 4 units. For example, Zembal, which is like a unit from Płotusi, who is designed to be a battle unit. So this is how he sounds. Grabiarz. For buildings and 1 music theme. So here I would like to rearrange this a bit, and I will create a different scenography of a gamer, so you will be able to sit and listen the game.
doesn't realize that it's there, but it's there all the time and it's very well hearable when you extract it on the video. And we decided to enhance it a little bit, but in an analog way. And we created this. Actually, we didn't create it. We asked Mr. Janusz to create it for us. The instrument that you can see right now, it's created of 3 steel trowels, as you can see. And there's like a little engine here, and we attached microphones to it, so each trowel has its own microphone. And in each trowel there's a different component from the landscape. So here it is water, here it's sand, and here it's coal, the brown coal.
Naturally now water wants to come to this hole, but now they prevent it.
Yes, they use special pumps and actually they prevent the water to the hole.
But they have to switch it off in some days.
Like step by step, gradually.
But that's why our project name is Just Transition, because Just Transition is the name of this project of
by the government. Yeah, the government plans to do it. So yeah.
So my name is and I'm from Warsaw. The name of this is Will We Ever End?
Mam puszkę, w której zbieram wspomnienia. Wraz z wyciągniętymi nie wrócą takie same.
This audiovisual installation. You can see the lamp in the middle of the room, and it's like 5 channels audio. We can hear a story by a child.
Jedna nóżka w prawo, druga w lewo. Hips, hops.
Together with music and some sound layers. And since I am a vocalist, it's really natural for me to use my voice in my works. In this work I create an alter ego, a girl who hides her emotions under a layer of fiction and gives them a new shape. And her voice is actually mine, but processed by AI. And the things she is saying comes from my personal notes.
Rano przyniosły szkiełko, które wpadło mi do oka. Zrobiło dziurę, przez którą mogłam w końcu naprawdę zacząć widzieć.
Thoughts are my notes that I'm writing and then trying to put this into some kind of music piece.
Razem ze szkłem terła się też nieznośna pustka.
And this lamp is programmed to shine, to be turned on while the voice is talking.
Nie umiałam jej wyprosić.
And when it comes to the topic of my works, it's really important for me, the desire that cannot be fulfilled. And it's like an engine. It's so frustrating, but it's also an engine for me to create, to make anything. And I think this feeling is in my every works.
Ta drobinka wokół trochę mnie uwiera. Ała, nie chcę wyjść. Muszę ją wydłubać. Ale to oznacza, że się skończę. Nie chcę się skończyć. Tak bardzo boję się skończyć. Tak bardzo boję się tego, gdzieś zaczęłam.
Because I'm basically sound-based artist that most make just sound, music, compositions. I have academical music background, but I was interested also in electronic music, and so I started to work with DAW. Now I'm working with Ableton, and I'm interested in a lot of genres, folk music, pop music, club culture, and ambient music, and I just kind of freely combined all of them in my practice. I also used this instrument, which is called guakle. It's a traditional instrument from Latvia.
Or something where you can sit and listen to her pieces, which she composed on her pieces, probably even nesting dirt and reversed snow and those. Yeah, but for me, in this installation, it's extraordinary because almost every of these pieces could be on speakers or on the headphones. It doesn't matter more or less. And in this piece, it's super important because when you want to listen, the most intuitive way to listen this is to do something like that and then. And it forces you to try to this tackle, and for me it's amazing.
Wanted to play with the idea that you walking around the city, you see the garbage, and you can find inside of the garbage some MP3 player that it's throw it away. And she wanted to play with this concept that if you're going to take the MP3 player, are you going to listen to this what you found in the garbage? So yeah, all of this stuff she found it here at Szczecin.
And she was mentioning how the 3 songs that are cycled through the MP3 player, she created it in a kind of enchanted forest scenario. So there's these aspects of outdoors, forest experience and things like this that influence the music that she made.
I believe she's in the cemetery. No.
She went back.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw her for a moment and then she disappeared.
Hello everybody, Festiwal here. My name is Gustave. I'm a film student from Brussels who has always been very much interested in sounds. Part of my practices are experimental films and making poetry. So as a film student, I've then also found a lot of inspirations from movies and philosophers. Part of my practice has been being part of experimental music organizations such as Q2 and Vitro, which constitutes of experimental music kind. And apart from that, I've also been part of a band called Film Memo, which is a duo of me and another film student, which then has opened myself up to music making and sound composition. So for this exhibition, I've brought mostly a recorder and video mixer and laptop, and my plan is then to create my sound piece, mostly using voice, and then to present it here at the end of the week.
So I'm Joana. I'm a Portuguese sound and visual artist and also a graphic designer. I do field recordings, I use the voice, I sing, I use the flute and other instruments because I'm quite interested in archaeology and linking archaeology to sound and graphic work. I'm interested in archaeoacoustics and I'm trying to explore it not in a scientific way but in a more artistic research. Well, I have been interested in the practice of field recordings as it plays a crucial role in documenting, preserving and understanding aspects of human life. While I was questioning the relationship between field recordings and museology while researching for my master thesis, the idea of experimental museology came to me, and I think my artistic practice intersects with this term, as it is the most about collecting sounds, words, textures, images, and ending up using them. Thanks to explore megalithic sites, I have been working on the sounds that surround these monuments and the sounds that these monuments often have. So I was wondering, how could a stone sound like? Or maybe I could replicate the sound, maybe I could, because I don't have the equipment to, because they actually do sounds, infrasounds, but I don't have the equipment to record them, so I needed to interact with them and record them with like a geophone. I've been trying to capture and portray this place in a kind of poetic, musical way, having concepts of sound ecology, archaeoacoustics, and sound mapping in mind. What drove my attention in this place? Piais, there's lots of rock art, megalithic heritage, is the reactivation of an old quarry that clearly affects the sound and visual environment of this place that should be protected due to its heritage, and it's not happening like that, and it affects clearly affects like the soundscape and the landscape. So I wanted to bring attention to it by replicating textures through the sound, like something grainy, because the stones are grainy, and field recordings from that area.
And the project I'll present in here, I think, is the sculpture. It kind of like started from walking as well, because I moved to another city and I thought it would be nice to like find a spot I would feel safe and would be very close to more rural landscape, let's say, and wider landscape as well. And I couldn't find any, and I felt very upset about it because like everywhere I entered, I found some like capitalized landscapes, and I couldn't find any forest in like 2 hours of walking. And because of this, I started to make some kind of archive also of my walkings. It was like close to Christmas. I saw a lot of like Christmas decoration and weird artificial like trees like stuff. And then I decided to make like a sculpture, which will like be closer to this image of weird fake nature stuff, very decorative, in fact with some fences I saw during my walks. The recording is like the field recording from a very like green area, and when you touch it, it gets like randomized. Yeah, I decided to like make this still-like fence construction that is controlled by touch. So when you touch it, it like changes the sound of it.
The human presence interrupts nature's ways of going, but at the same time I'm connecting, I'm playful.
We weren't able to enter to the forest, and it was created by the human action. So here we also like these kind of humans that we are destabilizing. We are destabilizing.
That was the idea.
So it's like I feel ashamed now.